Yes, Sister Muna. So the 1885, Sister Ekwe, do you have the map so that you can show them this map? Sister Ekwe.
Oh, you have it. Use yours now.
Because I have to read, and okay, let me just read at the same time. So the 1885 ethno-linguistic map of the Lower Niger, this is the map that, covers every one of us here. So was adopted by the April 27, 2015 Solemn Assembly of the Peoples of the Lower Niger in Port Harcourt, which also mandated the distillation of a charter of relationships to codify the understanding that would define the constitutional arrangement for the prospective Lower Niger Federation, amongst other mandates. What they mean by charter or relationship is that everybody's going to come together and we will determine what we want. This is not a one-man show. This is not somebody saying, oh, this is how it must be. We all have to be part of the decision-making. So this map that you see right here, it contains 100% of the 1967 at the middle here, where we have the Biafra of 1967. It contains all of us here, the old eastern region of Nigerian territory that was declared Republic of Biafra. That's on the 30th of May in 1967, as well 100% of the 1967 Midwestern region of Nigeria, and therefore brings the vast Igbo territories, the Anioma, the Ndokwa, etc. in, and Ijaw territories that were in 1967 Midwestern region of Nigeria back into the fold of their kith and kin in the old Eastern region. So this map covers all of us. We have been carrying this map up and down. People say we are talking about map. If we are talking about Biafra, it's this tiny little spot in the middle that we are just talking about. But this map covers all of us. It covers those from the Midwestern area and those from the South area. This is what covers everybody. And this is the map that we have been talking about. This is the map of the new nation as we go ahead. So, okay, whilst also bringing the rest of the Southern Nigerian minorities, the so-called, it also brings the Southern minorities into the fold, like the Benin, the Eshan, the Robo, the Shekiri, the Soko, into the wider Lower Niger fold as a prospective federation of a 6 broad ethno-linguistic groups that can easily achieve internal cohesion as a block of 70 million people who can hold their own on a global stage. So this map covers all. When we say 70 million, we're talking exactly about this map, not the one in the middle. The middle is just the Igbo territory, probably the 5 states that were declared Biafra in those days. But this one covers all of us. So it's important we go as this versus going as just the one in the middle. All right, Sister Muna, the first video.
Have become so remote that Washington and London that proclaim democracy and human rights do not want to recognize that if you allow impunity to stand, it will grow. Muhammad Buhari has not been brought to justice himself and his confederates in that mass killing of the people for where they come from. Therefore, we say we will be the town hall meetings should include consultations in the international arena to explain to everybody how we came to this decision. Is that decision carried to go to the town halls? Decision number 5 carried. Mandate number 5 to set up an all-purpose committee from this gathering that will continue consultations with people who did not get here amongst our people. Is that decision carried? Finally, this August assembly, solemn as it were, Lower Niger Congress proposes who may be called upon to come to serve in any capacity in Abuja. This August body is being requested by Lower Niger Congress to mandate a recall, a return home for consultation before the business of governance in Abuja will continue. Those who are so affected, we are not telling them any particular thing other than to come home and consult before they proceed. Those of them who will refuse to come, of course, should know upfront that they are in Abuja entirely on their own accord.
Tony Nnadi addressed the press on the overall aim of the solemn assembly.
The map of Lower Niger, as can be found on their website, lowernigercongress.org, of 1885, showing how the peoples of the Lower Niger, the ethnic nationalities of the 11 states, to which Nigeria has fractured them, that map to be adopted as the geography of the territory we're discussing. The Ijaw, the Shekiri, the Urobo, the Igbo, all of the ethnics in those 11 states, have adopted that map of 1885 as the formations in which they will relate henceforth. The second decision is that they have mandated a referendum. The solemn assembly has mandated a referendum of the people in which our people, just like the Scottish referendum that happened recently, will be deciding whether they want to continue in this union of attrition that Nigeria has proved to be. There's also the mandate for wider consultations with the people ahead of that referendum by way of town halls and consultation with international stakeholders. The Assembly also decided that an asset protection and guarantee scheme be put in place immediately to take an inventory of the assets of the peoples of Lower Niger situated outside the Lower Niger, so as to avoid the experiences of 1970 in which they fled for their lives at the time genocide was being levied against them from other parts of the country. And in 1970, 3 years after they were dislocated from their places of abode, the government of Nigeria, by decree, seized their assets, called it abandoned properties, and never returned to them. And today we are seeing a repetition of the threat by the same people who seized those assets, against them. Finally, the Assembly also decided that a standing committee, an all-purpose standing committee, be put in place to discuss with those who might not have come here on a continuing basis, both local and international. I think we also decided that people from the Lower Niger who, for some either by appointment or election, will be required to come to form government or do government business in Abuja on behalf of the peoples of Lower Niger from any part. The Assembly mandated a recall for consultation. They must come home and discuss with the rest of the people. Otherwise, they will be there entirely on their own. It doesn't matter that some people are rejoicing that the elections are being held and, winners emerging, whether by appointment or by election. If you are of the Lower Niger and you are in Abuja to be part of the governance of that territory with the rest of Nigeria, we are requesting that you come home for consultation before you continue in that transaction.
All right. So that is the end of that video. Sister Queen, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Muna. That was like she said, the solemn assembly of the peoples of Lower Niger. The people that Sister Augusta described and showed the map that represent them. This is how nations are formed and built. You need to sit down with owners of the land, negotiate with them, agree to go for independence or to go for anything you want to go. You don't do it on their behalf. And according to the United Nations Protocol, which we mention all the time in this show, each people going for independence must be on the ancestral land. And over there, they have a brochure, they have a documentation of all the peoples of this world and the land they occupy and the space they occupy. This is common sense. If you now approach them, you say, is it that one, that other one that is so place? That's the one we want. It's common sense. You can't just go to them and say, my name is Biafra, I want freedom. It doesn't make sense. So it has to tally with what they have so that you say, this is what we're talking about. This is where it's beginning. This is where it's ending. And we have discussed with the owners of the land and we have agreed. And then you show them a written document of that agreement. You can't say by word of mouth that you have agreed with the peoples of the land. You will show them. This is the documentation. This is the video. Like this video we showed you now. You saw the crowd there. You saw different peoples with their own flag and their own, this showing that we are represented. We are here. We are the people. We are the owners of the land. We are doing this thing with these other people. We are forming this partnership with these other people. You see, especially those of us in Southeast, we don't want a repeat of 1967 because that war was so impromptu. They were killing us and we just wanted to defend ourselves. Even our leader, Ojukwu, it's not like he was prepared for that. It's just something that happened that killed our people. So it was a spur of the moment thing. So we didn't even do all the necessary consultations that we needed to do. So it's so important to us because as a result of that, an alliance was built by the Fulani Caliphate, that 1967. They took some of our people, negotiated with them, formed an alliance against us. And that's why we were killed in that number. So part of what we're going to do this time around, and we have done, and LNC have done, is to do something, build an alliance that will counter the previous Fulani Caliphate alliance. You see, this type of alliance we're talking about is not the type you achieve from broadcast. It's not the one you get from on social media or through press releases. It's not the one you announce on social media. You need to get down from your high horse. Yes, my sister is showing that alliance. That's the alliance, the non-Sharia alliance. All the peoples in that white region. You have to get down from your high horse. Go to them in person and present your proposal to them for them to evaluate it properly. Then you wait for them to check it, look at it, understand it. It's not something you do under duress. It's not something you do in a hurry. They will look at it, consult their own people, like LFC has already done. They went to Abu of Benin. They went to all the people in Lower
Niger Delta areas.
Exactly. Some places that vehicles could not go, that you have to go with sheep and with boats and with all the interior, all those interior places. Went there to meet them, sit with them, say, this is the proposal we are making. They told them, oh yeah, go. Let's check it. Benin people, it took them 6 months to call all their people to look at it. About Benin, they look at it. They say, okay, we are satisfied with this. We accept it in their clear minds, not when you are shouting at them, not when they've not slept, not when you have insulted them and you're rude to them.
Or cussing them out.
If you are rude to them and you're insulting them, how do you want to go into a nationhood with them? Does it even make sense to anyone? No one forms alliance by going to the streets to join people that are protesting. This is so childish. It's not done. And what baffles me most is that these people doing this thing, they know that all this have been achieved. This alliance has been achieved. These negotiations, consultations, all have been done. But they're still bent on wasting our time. They're still bent on allowing our people die stupidly. They actually want us to wait another 7 years to see if they can buy alliance and buy some allies with the money that we contributed
on a monthly basis.
on monthly basis. They're still trying to see if anyone out there will want to meet them. Nobody wants to meet with you because you're a rogue franchise.
Exactly.
You're not representing the people.
No.
You have not consulted with the people and you're on your own. So nobody will have any meaningful meeting with you. You're just a wicked criminal. If you are not a wicked criminal, like we have insisted on this platform, why will you be trying to reinvent the wheel
at this critical time?
At this critical time.
That's true.
Why will you be wasting our time trying to do what has been done already?
And you know about it. The funny thing is that he knows about this. That's the funny thing. He has had this document for like several years. He knows the pathway and he's trying to impede it at every junction.
An opportunity that he gets. Destroying the work that has been done for years.
Done already.
20 years work. 20 years of going underground to consult the peoples, present protocols, present proposals to them, give them time to go and check it. They'll tell you go and come. Some, they have to go and come, go and come. They'll meet their elders, they'll call their elites. They say, examine this thing. Because in the Nigeria that we formed, we didn't have that opportunity. We were just sleeping. 1914, they woke up and said, bam, you are Nigeria now. We didn't have that opportunity. Nobody gave us that opportunity. And we said, we're not going to get it wrong this time around. We're going to negotiate with everyone that is in that space. Talk with them, discuss with them, and agree whether we're going to do this thing together. They will check whether they like us. Whether the way we talk to them, do we even respect them? Do we respect their fathers? This is what somebody is on broadcast destroying. Years of negotiations and agreements that people have gone into. We're showing you evidence. We're showing you pictures. We're showing you videos. There are documents already signed. Why? Why do you want to do this? That means you're a criminal and you never wanted freedom for our people.
That's right.
All you just want to introduce is your own kingdom. You want to impose your kingdom upon us, or so that you continue to milk us to death.
Where your brother-in-law is the spiritual leader. Oh my God.
Your brother-in-law is the spiritual leader. Your sister is
the mother of heaven. Your
auntie is the financial minister. Your auntie is the financial minister. Your
sister is the Nigerian police officer that is pinpointing our people and getting them killed for no reason.
And your brother is the supervisor of the projects. And marking out those that will go to prison and those that will die inside the prison, those that they will use food to poison inside the prison.
And those that they will kill.
We have not formed nation with you. We have not formed nation with you yet too. And you're pointing us out those that will be killed. Look at the other pastor that they put gun on his head. They want to kill him. We are not forming a nation yet with you. We are still negotiating whether we want to go with you. You're already trying to kill us. Does it make sense that anybody will listen to you? Nobody will listen to you.
And he's been ranting about the Fulanis and Fulanis now. He has not even killed one Fulani.
No, he has not killed
one. He has not killed one ex-man. No, it's our own people.
Because his people are saying, we don't trust this thing you're doing. What you're doing looks so criminal. It looks so
childish.
It's so fake. It's so childish. This does not represent who we are.
Yeah.
This is not right. Because of that, you will kill them. Are you not Hitler? If I call you Hitler, am I making a mistake?
No.
Worse than Hitler.
Did.
Worse than Hitler.
6 million, yes. 6 million Jews died. 12 million Germans died.
I wasn't asking for donation though, was he?
Yeah, he wasn't, because he was already in charge of the nation and he had all the
he had all the financial.
That's why he was killing the people. So that this one came for donation, and now he has the donation, he has all that money, and he wants to use it to kill us. So what we're saying that what it means is that some people actually sat down and carefully crafted a fraudulent scheme. I call it Ponzi scheme.
That's what it is.
That they know that will not lead to anywhere. They sat down, crafted it out. Our people poured. Somebody was saying that it's only in our land that you see where a whole nation carried their entire money and wealth and gave to one man. And he became
Without
Lord
question.
over us. Yes, without questions, without clarifications. And these are people that call themselves educated. Sometimes I talk to some of them, I'm like, where did you get your certificate from? Because actually what happened is that some of them are not really educated. You know, our people, because of what we have gone through, so they will just memorize whatever. I remember, and I did not go to school. They say, hey, show me. What did they say we should read? Exam is coming tomorrow. What did they say we should read? Okay, just tell me. If you're even trying to explain to them, they'll say, no, don't explain. Just tell me how to memorize it. I just want to write this in and pass. The difference is that when you come out, you're not educated. You are
No
illiterate.
application.
Yes,
Like the ability
you are an
to
illiterate
apply.
carrying a certificate.
That's it.
So you're not educated. And then when some of us are talking to you, your brain cannot work because you never exercised your brain. So it can't function. You can't give what you don't have. And what we're saying right now is that all these semi-literate people should please stay out of the way, because we, the women, we have come. Our children's destiny is at stake. Our lives also. So we have come to do the needful. And we thank LNC and MLN Alliance. We thank the Yorubas on what they're doing. We can see what they're doing. That's cohesion. That's how you sit down and plan together and you move with one voice. But in our own space, we have criminals, and some people are pushing them forward. Some people are hailing them. And we've been telling them for years, this is not right. And we're insisting it's not right. And we'll continue to insist that it's not right. And we'll do the right thing. Thank you, my sisters.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Queen.
So we're ready for phone calls. We're ready for Zoom. So I see someone is already in. So you can log in the meeting ID number. Actually, let me pin it. It's there. So if you're watching us on this platform, you can see that information is not hidden. It's on top of our topic for today. But I'll just go ahead and pin it just to make it even more convenient. So join us on Zoom and give us your contribution. Please limit your contribution to today's topic. Our Blaze Foundation, please turn on your video. It looks like you're running an ad.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry. Sorry about that. Thank you so very much. I've been following you guys for some time. And because I actually wanted to know what you guys have been doing. I actually wanted to know if you guys have been genuine. I'm one of the leaders of the Igbos in Hampshire. And I must tell you, I've not been happy with some things that have been going on in our land.
Bro, did you introduce yourself? Did you tell us your name? Your full name?
Oh, sorry, but my name is Prosper Ileti.
Ileti, good.
So, yeah, so, good. In 2014, my car was bashed by the so-called IPOB members, and they threatened that they would kill me, do that. And I was wondering, why did they bash my car? Because they saw my logo, our logo, Nigerian Navy. And they were like, oh, this is the zoo. Beat him up and all those stuff. And I'm an Igbo man. And I was wondering, Tage saying with the Biafra, if this is the kind of Biafra that these people want to bring in, definitely I can never be part of it. A Biafra that plants hate in the hearts of the young ones against their elders, a Biafra that that plants disrespect, that plant people disrespecting their elders. That's not the kind of Biafra. I know that so many people, the elders have disappointed us. Quite right, I know. My father fought the Biafran War, right? And I have so many of my uncles who fought the Biafran War. I've had the history. Now, there were some things you were saying. I don't totally agree with everything you people are saying, but I tell you something, kudos to the line you guys have decided to toe. All right. I have a friend, he's 87 years. He's an Englishman. And he said he lived in Nigeria before before the independence and after the independence in Jos. So one day I took up my recorder and some other things. I told him I came to record you. He said, for what? I said, okay, don't worry, I'm not going to take your videos. And I asked him some questions about Nigeria. And after asking him some questions about Nigeria, it dawned on me that there is nothing like Nigeria in the first place. It dawned on me that this man was saying it as it is. It dawned on me that Nigeria was just a business for someone, Lord Lugard and the girlfriend and whoever that came together to form that country. The people weren't consulted. That's the truth. And to tell you, I'm not saying there is nothing like Biafra. Biafra was a necessary thing that Ojukwu had to do at that time because he was the governor of the old Eastern Nigeria. Was there due consultation of the people that make up the so-called land Biafra? There wasn't such thing. And that was why there was a little betrayal because people saw it sort of as political. Some people were not even with Ojukwu. Some people, Ojukwu is a nice man. He's a great man. I really respect him. But some people saw him as a tyrant, you know. So some people didn't see themselves being under his command. He had good intentions for the people. But I tell you something, the way they are pursuing the Biafra of today, someone said you're a member of IPOB. I said, no. I used to listen to Radio Biafra quite a lot those days. All right. But I saw that, no. I tell you something, this is not about being educated. One of you, I don't know whether it was Mona that said, these people are not educated. I tell you something, being educated does not mean that you are smart, does not mean you're wise. It's two different things. You may be so educated in an area, but you are so clueless. I have my wife. My wife has she has 2 masters, 2 PGD. She's doing a PhD. She's so brilliant, so smart, all right? But when it comes to politics, she knows nothing, close to nothing. And she will tell you, I don't care. Just let me be, all right? I will always be the one she will come to and ask me that I don't have the PhD. Although I have a master's, but she's more educated in terms of gathering of certificates than me, right? But it's still me that she will still come back to. Who is the governor of this? What did they say about this? What do you think about this? Because everyone has the area he exposed himself to, isn't it? So I really love what you guys are doing, getting these people involved in what you people have been discussing, getting them, the communities. You know that the Igbos in not Delta, the other part of the Igbo, what's it called? River State. They don't believe they are Igbos. Call them till tomorrow that they are Igbos. They will tell you they are not Igbos. And these are the people you are trying to enforce Biafra on. And you threaten their people. You call them names. No, you sit on a round table. We speak the same language. I am Chibike, your name is Chibike. We speak the same language. We have something in common. But you see those people on the other end, they don't have the same thing in common with us. So let us come together. Let's not be fools. Let us come together. Let's see a way of, taking power away from these people. Like you said, Nigerian constitution is the major problem. I don't want to say anything about my military background or anything, but I tell you something, Nigerian constitution is the major problem. Now, when you talk about Sharia, they were talking about someone who sang and called Muhammad names or whatever, and they said they were going to kill him for blasphemy, isn't it? And someone was saying, oh, this isn't good, this isn't good. I said, no, this is their law. This is their law. And I tell you something, look at Nigerian constitution. I tell you something, Nigerian constitution has no place for.
Okay, please try to.
So, thank you so much. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I know very well that you guys have been. I look at the comments on the comment sections. I think you guys should stop, responding to people. If I'm the one, stop responding to them. Continue doing what you are doing. I keep telling people listen to this channel, Daughters of. When I saw all ladies, I first was like, oh, they've come again. But when I listened to what you guys were saying, I saw wisdom, I saw sense. I may not agree with everything. You guys should keep doing what you are doing. Don't be discouraged by comments and by side talks. In fact, if there is a way of not responding to them, do that, don't respond to them, keep doing what you are doing. And I tell you, so many people like us are in support of you. I prefer giving my money to something that looks real, that someone trying to be a lord over me, and then you are trying to tell me that you want to get independent from a country, and then I would then be your slave. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what you are saying. Thank you so very much, and keep doing what you are doing.
Thank you, Brother Prosper. Have a wonderful day.
Can I clarify a little bit?
Yes, I wanted
Please,
to.
when we say education or something, we're not trying to like lord it over people. Being educated means being informed in that area.
No, that's not what he said. He said that we are saying that those people are not educated.
Yeah, no, I'm getting there. So, like we explained, they might have certificates, but they are not informed in whatever they're saying. Even the so-called certificate they have in their area, they didn't get informed. They just wrote the exams, memorized the topic, the facts, and went away. You see, when you go to school, what school does to you is disciplines your brain to think. That's why it's a process. So it helps you. That some of our people that are so smart have common sense, and you can't. And that's why I tell them that the problem we got into was that they went to Abuja to decide on our behalf. That if they took it to the people down home, my forefathers that didn't go to West, because when they talk about education, I think we're talking about just Western education. My forefathers that didn't have, they will scrutinize, they will ask questions, even as they're looking at you as you're talking. Even when they don't hear the language, they look at your face and say, no, I don't think you said what this man said. Because what you told me right now, that you translated to me, is not what I think what this man is saying.
One DC.
So they'll look face to face, eyeball to eyeball. That's why people want to have meeting. Eyeball to eyeball. Because they already believe that when you want to speak too much English, you are lying, you want to lie and deceive them. So they want to look at you eyeball to eyeball and discuss with you before they do anything. That is where they do. Then another thing we want to talk about is when we talk about transition. Look at this our brother, Nigerian Navy. And we tell our people there's no vacuum anywhere. We're going to transit in an orderly, I think it's in our take-home point that we're explaining, in an orderly fashion. If you were in Navy in Nigeria, you would transit into your own nation in that area with all that knowledge that you have acquired. If you are in custom, you will move. The files will move. These things are done in an orderly way. It's called transitional government.
Sister Ike, for those that even went to smash his car because he had Nigerian Navy, why haven't they arrested the sister that is actually a Nigerian police officer that is pinpointing those that are getting arrested?
You see the hypocrisy we are saying that somebody has made...
The blood sister is a police woman. She hasn't been, arrested. She hasn't even stopped her job. She's still working as a police officer, and she's helping to pinpoint those that have been arrested or killed. So why haven't they, probably done whatever they are doing to others to her?
Because they're not sincere. It's obvious they're not sincere, that all they want to do is to implant Hitler upon us, impose their kingdom on us, and we will not have a voice. It's only what they say.
Hell no. We cannot leave the zoo and end up in a museum.
We are saying it now. We were saying this is that time.
Sorry.